Excellent. Welcome back to Indian Trace. This is not going to be real long. I do want to show you some sacred sets. I think some sets of archaic period points which have their own particular charm because I love uh, turquoise so much. I'm keeping that as a centerpiece. And I have these set up. If take a look at these, you're going to like this. These are my top shelf small archaic pieces. They find their home in the same bin and the same place, so I can take them out and check them out anytime I want. We're going to get a close-up of these. These are incredible. Just take a look at this from a distance. And even pause it for a second just to check out these sets. I put them up here in sets so we can take a closer look. And we're going to start with this side. We're going to go clockwise, I believe. And just look at these. Unbelievable. I'll tell you a little bit about them as we go around. This point right here on the right is a point from the cove, what I call Site 2. You hear me mention these things, but look at the detail on the base and everything. And then the point on the left is a point from Hidden Alley. Just unbelievable. Those are rhyolite. It's almost the tan colored rhyolite in an incredible set right there. Beautiful points. Beautiful points, and I wanted to share those because those are tops for me. Every one of these sets are really tops for me, and that's why they're in my displays. Look at these two little ones, size of your thumbnail. Archaic points. Great look at them. Perfect natural light to show you the variance in the base. And even with them laid out like this, you can tell how thick they are. Gorgeous points, though. Worth sharing. And I really appreciate a couple of the guys out there stepping up and starting to share some of their collection. I'm really curious, especially about those guys who've been collecting for decades, 20, 30 years. This blows my mind because this is what you're looking at is 4 years. Look at these points. And, excuse me, this came from the easement and this one came from Mecca. And these two great ones, this is great. This, and you've heard these terms, these names. This came from the Archaic and this one came from the Dunes. Great stuff. Now look at these. I didn't get enough time on them. Great stuff. Now, the one on the left might not be archaic. Might not. I'm not too clear on all of it. I just know that they're sweet, ancient Indian arrowheads. Simple as that. You know, I was talking to a friend today, and, you know, you always hear the conversation, what do they call that point? What do they call that point? Well, if I was making it, and I was one of these North American Indians, look at these 2 points. Good gracious, these are smokers, aren't they? Holy cow. And I was making a point like this, and I finished it. I'd show my buddy, if I was an Indian, and he'd look at the point, and he'd say, good point. Let's go hunting. And, you know, you make points, and you get good at a certain type of point, and that certain type of point starts to earn you food and work real well. Well, you keep making that style point, and you might find a variation of it, or your friend might show you something a little different that works great, and you just go with it. And so all these modern names we give them, I sort of laugh at it. It's funny. Probably make a lot of you guys mad, but I think it's real funny in terms of the social life and the dynamics of what they needed. Those 2 points are incredible, aren't they? So in terms of what they needed in the dynamics, they just needed points that would work and got good at making certain points, I'm sure, just like we would, that are their favorites and work real well. They weren't even thinking about naming them, which is just crazy. Look at these 2 archaic points, will you? Great stuff. I forgot to tell you, these 2 right here, my goodness, oh my. This came from the easement, and this one came from Hidden Hill. Unbelievable stuff. These 2 right here, the one on the right came from the Cove, and the one on the left came from Mecca. These are stellar, stellar pieces. Show quality pieces all the way. Unbelievable to me. Just they continue to just impress me. So as we finish up, the 2 in the middle near the centerpiece are really great points too. These 2 points, the one here on the left is from Riverdale, and the one on the right is from High Rise. And so, actually, this was from the Lookout. I remember now. A very unique point. Of course, I'm not through the years going to remember where they're all from, but I do have it documented. Don't get me wrong. And look at this great point here from Riverdale. Not huge at all. Just to give you perspective. There's my thumb. So some great pieces, and I really appreciate you guys just checking them out and if you love it, you love it, And to me, it just fascinates me to understand their people. And I'm really after the people. Closing in review, some great archaic sets. It's good to see some of you guys getting out and finding some more, and I just love it. So before this cuts off in my review, just great stuff. And that's enough. Be well out there. I hope you find